All right, Ginger, welcome to Fishterviews. How you doing today?
I'm fine, thanks. Didn't
Awesome.
sleep great. I'm struggling with sleep,
Oh,
such
I'm
as
so sorry to hear that.
yeah. I mean, I've kind of I remember another life where I was actually working in an office and having to be in at work at 8 o'clock every morning. That doesn't seem like it was possible at this point. I mean, I'm kind of just still trying to get to sleep at 8 o'clock in the morning these days.
It's really funny because you truly are basically just operating on US time,
Pretty
but not
much,
from the
yeah.
US.
Yeah, but all the most exciting stuff happens in the US. Well, as far as streaming and stuff is concerned.
That's true. I
Uh,
mean, I can't say I blame you. I'm practically on Australian time, so
yes. And then there's Australians who are in on British time or American time. It's all very messed up.
I think all of our sleep schedules are just not very good.
Yeah, I think we need to do a reshuffle, like move to the country. Oh, I got some boots. Nice. Move to the country where we're actually in tune with the schedule. But
But then what
I'm
about
not
the
sure.
internet? How am I going to be an internet gremlin?
Yeah. Well, I think this needs a bit of workshopping, maybe.
Possibly. Well, Ginger, would you like to introduce yourself for those people who may not know you?
Okay, I am Ginger the Lily. I am a Minecrafter and streamer. I play mainly on the Halcyon Heights server, and I stream usually from there twice a week. I'm also a moderator for a fairly well-known Minecraft streamer called Pixel Riffs.
The Pixel Riffs?
The Pixel Riffs, yes.
The
The,
one
the
and only.
recap, the recap guy.
The recap
This week
guy.
on Hermitcraft.
Captions provided by Liara.
Oh yeah. Oh, don't forget Sloy XP.
Ex- yes, hilarious meme edits done by Slow XP.
Yeah. He writes all the best jokes too in
I
his
highly
third
believe that.
language. He's a very witty guy, is Sloy. Very
Truly.
witty.
I have a couple of questions for you now that we're fully fish reviewing. So, Ginger, where do you call home if you're happy to answer that?
It's Ireland, the Emerald Isle, the wet isle, basically. It's not really emerald because it's made of emeralds. It's emerald because it's all full of moss. Yes.
That's Ireland's new tourism slogan. Ireland, 99% moss, 1%
Yep.
emerald. Like,
That sounds about right. Yes. Um, I'm not actually Irish, and that might surprise some people, but our family emigrated to Ireland when I was just 6 weeks old, so I'm pretty much effectively Irish, but I still have British citizenship. So everything's very complicated.
I can imagine. So, have you always lived in Ireland then?
Pretty much, yes. Well, apart from those first 6 weeks.
Other than that.
Uh, yeah. Well, I mean, there was a time, oh, maybe 10 years ago or something, that I was thinking of moving back to England, which is where we came from. There's several reasons for that, and none of them apply anymore, so that plan is put on hold. But my father was English. My mother became an English citizen when they married, so, and uh, yeah, I was born in England, so I mean, I could take Irish citizenship if I wanted to, but I don't really see the point. Besides, it's expensive.
Is it really? I'm not sure what the I guess what the track is like to gain Irish citizenship.
Well, I don't really know because I have never really seriously investigated it, but I'm told it's a few hundred euros.
Oh wow, okay.
I mean, that might be wrong, but I believe it.
And
It's interesting because I used to have some friends from South Africa, and they went very heavily for getting Irish citizenship, but I think they had other reasons for that. But I mean, I have lived here all my life as a British citizen, and it works for me.
Hmm. Do you consider yourself more British or more Irish then?
Oh, that's that's a good question, and it kind of depends on the circumstances of who's asking and why. But yeah, I think I'm a bit of a hybrid, or as I was called in school sometimes, mongrel.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, and I mean, it doesn't sound great, but yeah, my father's English, my mother was German, and there's also French, Scottish, and Dutch blood in there. So
Hmm.
maybe mongrel isn't too far off.
Just a little bit of everything.
Uh, but yeah, I've never been quite sure what I am.
I think that's in a sense the like I don't know if immigrant experience is the correct answer, but it is such a common experience of people who are from one place and have moved to another of like I don't really know. I'm a little bit of I'm a little bit of both because you identify with where you're from, but you also I'm assuming identify strongly with like the cultural practices and the place that you live. So,
Yeah, yeah, it's true. Although I don't really identify with where I grew up, and I left there as soon as I could. It's a kind of a smallish town, and yeah, very limited in a lot of ways. So as soon as I could, after I left college and had a qualification, I see I couldn't find a job where I lived. It was
mhm.
too small. So I had to move to Dublin, where pretty much all the jobs were. Not maybe so much now, but certainly when I left college, all the jobs were in Dublin.
Mhm.
That
And can I ask, and you've told me before, but you haven't told me on a Fishterview, what did you study?
I studied computers, or called data processing at that point. Um, so I have, was it a national diploma in data processing?
At that
But
time, were there many women in that field?
number actually, I mean, it wasn't heavily skewed male. And
Interesting.
that also reflects my working career. There was a broadly even male female split.
That's actually quite surprising.
Um, well, I spent most of my career in an insurance company,
Okay.
um, and there was a pretty big IT department, and for a lot of that time, our management was, our manager was female. That wasn't necessarily a good thing because she was, yeah, notorious for being a terrible boss. But
Oh no.
ooh, I've got a book, Loyalty and Piercing.
Ooh. Unfortunately, you cannot put both of those on the same thing.
Yeah, yeah. Digressing for a moment, that's very frustrating because sometimes you get books with about five different great enchantments on them, and they're all for different things.
Yep.
You have to choose which one do I use.
Yeah, that's a thing that I would love to be able to change in Minecraft. I wish I could split or like pull singular enchantments off a book and have the
Yeah,
others that don't apply be left on a book. That would be
yeah.
so nice in terms of not wasting stuff.
Yeah, just to be able to split up a book would be really useful.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree with you. I would love to be able to do that. I have so many random books sitting in my inventory and various gameplays where I'm like, oh, this has got impaling and sharpness and this and that on it, and I'm not gonna ever use it because I don't want to throw away three of the four enchantments, but it's also
Hmm.
just sitting collecting dust.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Ginger, I
But it.
wanna now that we've kind of delved into Minecraft a little bit, I do want to ask, how and when did you start playing Minecraft?
Ooh. Now let me see. As for the when, It must be getting close to 6 years now. 1.12 was out at the time. So I can't remember what year it was, but I'm fairly sure it's about 6 years or 6.5 years or something like that. Because I've been on Twitch for 5.5 years. So I think I was kind of playing Minecraft for about a year before that. It's all a blur in my mind, really. It feels like I've always been playing Minecraft.
I
It's
think
just
anyone who plays Minecraft sort of feels that way.
yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all. But like I've played Minecraft almost every day since that first day I opened it up. It's just it's so much a part of my life now. It's crazy.
What do you
But
think? Oh, sorry, please go ahead.
I was just about to say the first time I came across Minecraft as a concept or as a game was on YouTube watching Drunk Markiplier Let's Play. I mean, it's a mad idea. It's Markiplier plus two of his mates got a few drinks and went into Minecraft and caused mayhem.
Hmm.
And I'm sure that's influenced my play style. I mean, it's probably still up there. There was over 100 episodes of it.
I bet you can still find these videos. I'll have to find the playlist and link it in the video description.
Yeah. Oh, and I think Sloy XP actually had the same thing. He discovered Minecraft through Drunk Markiplier. Which is funny.
I'm so curious to know how many people discovered Minecraft because of that series of videos.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I mean, I'm not sure you could find out easily, but yeah.
Yeah, I doubt that there's like a popular census question saying, where and when did you discover Minecraft and was it Drunk Markiplier?
It should be. Definitely there should
I
be.
agree. They should really add a Minecraft theme section on all of those forums because I just think it would really help with stuff, you know?
Yeah. I wonder what percentage of the entire population plays Minecraft?
That's such a good question. You could probably you could actually know, I think, because Minecraft knows how many active players they have, per day or per month or per year or whatever. You just take the total number of people and you divide by that number and you know how many active players or what percentage of the population plays Minecraft.
Sounds reasonable.
I mean, roughly.
Yeah.
Because there are
Well,
people
yeah.
who have multiple accounts and whatnot, but I can't
True.
imagine there's so many of those that it's skewing the numbers like a lot.
Mm. What was a thought experiment that came up? Oh yeah, when somebody was discussing the whole concept of the trial chambers and the vaults resetting. Apparently, after 120 different people have opened the vault, it kind of loses track of who's done it. So the first person could go around and start again.
I've
And
heard that.
yeah, so there was speculation about would somebody please open 120 Minecraft accounts and check this out.
I wonder how
Uh,
long it would be before somebody made a mod that automatically logs on, that number of accounts, opens a trial chamber, like, and then they leave, like, whitelist, like, they open it, they leave, like, gets unwhitelisted and just spins that through. I don't even know if this is possible. I don't code in Java. Don't come at me, internet. But I'm imagining someone, like, creating a mod to do this and just, like, that way you can just keep doing it over and over.
yeah.
Although that feels
That
like a nightmare.
Yes, it does. It sounds like something that you'd have to be absolutely obsessive about answering that question. Um, yeah, I have two Minecraft accounts, and I've forgotten the password for my second one, and last time I used it because I just used it for spectator account, a camera account,
Hmm.
um, and now I have free cam, so I don't need it.
Yeah. I've done the exact same thing. I have a second account and I can't get into it. And I got it as a camera account as well, and now FreeCam is an easy mod to install and always is updated really quickly with every update. So, and there's some
Hmm.
FreeCam in Tweakaroo, and yeah, I feel like
Yeah,
camera accounts are pretty much out now, unless you actively need something to be like loading a chunk.
yeah, yeah. Which does still happen. I
Hmm.
mean, you have people talking about it.
Yeah, for like farms and things like that.
Yeah.
I don't do enough redstone to truly need a camera account, so.
Oh, same here. I do very little redstone.
So, how would you describe your play style since you do very little redstone?
I'm mainly a builder and possibly an explorer. I mean, I just love building so much. Um, but I don't really have a build style as such, right? Maybe colorful and whimsical would be the best words to describe it.
Hmm.
But I see people on servers a lot or in Let's Plays or stuff like that, and they do a whole area or a whole set of builds all in one style that goes cohesively together, and it's like, is that a thing? Are you supposed to do that?
Apparently, people do that. Not me, but some people do.
Yeah, well, I kind of tried it with my Castle Grim build and worked okay. But yeah, I like Griff talks about this a lot. I like just sort of waking up in the morning and thinking, "Oh, yeah, I think I'll do that," and just grabbing whatever bricks I have or whatever colors I'm in the mood for, and go and build.
Is that kind of how you keep Minecraft interesting for yourself by not really planning too much and sort of just building whatever you're feeling like?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes I keep my interest by getting a big project and getting really intensely involved with it. It's well, variety, I suppose. And then I like going out and exploring and finding all the cool stuff that's hidden here, there, and everywhere. It's interesting too because I have two very distinctive modes of play. So one is on the server, and it's survival, and it's building long term, and yeah, I put a lot of serious effort into it. And then I have single player worlds that I basically consider as disposable, and I play the easiest way possible. It's just for kind of relaxation. So what it's ended up being is that I I kind of play a hybrid between survival and creative and spectator occasionally. So I have the fun of doing the survival stuff, but I don't have the danger of being in survival. So if any mobs come around, I just immediately switch to creative and I'm safe and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Um, it's doesn't really create anything that I consider of lasting value. The whole point is to be relaxed and easygoing and enjoy myself.
So you're really just focusing sort of on the experience of playing the game and just having a good
Yeah,
time as opposed to trying to make something.
yeah, yeah. And I mean, I do build. Say, I might build a. Oh, so that stuff falling on the floor there. Yeah, I build a house, say, and have a storage room in it, and maybe an enchanting table and a nether portal. But what I usually do is get into a world, locate the nearest stronghold, and build around that. So once I'm ready to go to the end, it's just downstairs.
Just a hop and a skip and a jump right downstairs. Easy peasy.
Exactly, yes. So everything done as easily as possible. And I mean, I know that that will give some people choking fits, but that's the way I enjoy playing.
Well, I think more power to you. it's very Turtle Gang to say, hey, I'm gonna play the game how I want to play it, and if you think differently about it, that's great. Play it how you want to play it, but I'm gonna play the game how I want to play the game. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah,
and
and I've kind of also thought about maybe trying to learn world edit and stuff like that and do amazing builds, but I can't be bothered. It's
it is a
just
lot of work. It's a lot of work to learn how to use those tools.
yeah.
And if you feel happy with how you're playing the game now, then you know, if you
Mm,
want to later, you always can start learning how to use those. But
yeah.
there's
I've
nobody gonna come, issue a citation because you haven't learned to use World Edit.
well, that's true. Or replay mod or Litematica or any
Hmm.
of things that are great. And I mean they are really, really helpful for people who want to go in that direction.
Hmm.
And I have no objection to using these things, but no, it's not anything that I'm interested at the moment in learning.
Hmm.
Kind of the same with Redstone. I I am fairly sure that if I was really interested and motivated, I could figure it out fairly quickly, but I can't be bothered. I'm having too much fun playing the way I already play.
I think there's something to be said for that because I find this really common in people who play a lot of a single game is that they kind of try to push themselves to play how other people play or to,
Yeah,
get really, really good at it or whatever it is, and they kind of burn themselves out
yeah,
instead of focusing
and
on just enjoying themselves.
yeah, and that there's so many people I see asking about just about everything. Is this cheating? Is that cheating? And it's like, take the idea, the concept of cheating out of at least out of single player worlds.
Hmm.
If you're playing in a competition or if you're playing on a server with rules, then you have to adapt to that clearly. But if you've just got a single player world that you're playing for your own enjoyment, there
Hmm.
is no such thing as cheating.
Yes,
That
absolutely. Preach that all day long. I People are so worried about, oh, I downloaded a mod, am I cheating? It's you're just trying to have fun. It is a game. At the end of the
yeah,
day, it's a game. Enjoy yourself. Unless you're like trying to pass off a world as something it's not, then you're fine. Like if you build this amazing world and say, I built this all in hardcore survival, blah 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 blah, but in reality you did it in creative and then put yourself back into hardcore, then yeah, that's kind of cheating and that's not cool. But if you're just building to build stuff and having a good time, then who cares how you did it, you know?
yeah, yeah. I mean, okay, yes. If you're say making videos on in your world and you're misrepresenting how you're doing it, then that's a completely different situation.
Yeah, I don't even know if I'd call
Um,
that cheating as much as just being dishonest. But
mm,
yeah, I find sometimes people are so worried about how others will perceive their chosen style of gameplay, but it's fine. Do whatever you want to do.
yeah. Now this is interesting because I was just in the last day or two, I discovered a guy who's doing play Minecraft for the first time without any personal knowledge of it. He was explaining this at the start of the first video. There's about 4 or 5 videos out,
Hmm.
and saying that his kids play Minecraft all the time and they're very good at it, but he hasn't done any. He doesn't know personally much about it, so he was starting playing, and it was interesting. The first video, he hadn't a clue what he was doing, and he died several times, and it was kind of very funny, but also very frustrating to watch because
Hmm.
you can't help shouting at the screen, "No, don't do that," and stuff. But it was interesting because then he get on to maybe the second or third video, and he'd been reading his comments and learning about it, and he had all these people shouting at him, "The cardinal sin of Minecraft is leaving floating trees." And I was thinking, well, why is it so terrible? I mean, okay, it's not ideal if you want your world to look nice, but it's like on a scale of 1 to 10 sins, I'd call it about 2. I mean,
Yeah, because it's not really hurting anyone. It does
it's
look
not.
bad on a server. It does look bad when there's a bunch of floating trees in like a communal area, but
Yeah,
you haven't, you aren't really griefing anyone's stuff. You haven't stolen anything. You haven't like killed their Minecraft dog.
yeah,
It's just some
and then
floating trees. Now, personally, I do have a pet peeve of the floating trees. It drives me crazy, but just because it doesn't look nice, you know.
yeah, and I mean, this guy, what he was doing was, as I said, he was absolutely 100% noob at this. He was punching trees to get wood, and he was taking the bottom two logs and leaving the higher ones. And I was thinking, yeah, first of all, dude, it doesn't look great. And secondly, you're missing out a lot of usable wood.
Yeah,
But
and
I
apples
mean,
and saplings and sticks and all that other
yeah,
jazz.
yeah. So I mean, I would have looked at it more if from that point of view that he's missing out on stuff he could definitely have used.
Hmm.
But there was things that he was doing that were a lot worse. Ah. But I
I,
mean, did you ever watch the was it Japanese guy Piropito?
I have
Um,
not. I've heard about him though.
I watched the first few of his videos, and it was very similar concept. Only, I mean, he was doing Japanese with subtitles, but just starting off without any knowledge whatsoever, and he's continued it for many, many months or maybe years with deliberately not allowing anyone to spoiler him. So there's things that he still hasn't, basic things that he still hasn't discovered yet, from what I hear. And I find the whole concept fascinating.
Well, Minecraft is one of those games that does have so many little hidden elements that if
Oh
you
yeah.
don't have a wiki or you're not watching creators and their videos or if you don't have someone telling you what to do, there's just stuff you may never find on a playthrough.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Like you may never learn about jungle villagers because you just never happen to get a zombie jungle villager or build a village near a jungle, you
Hmm.
know.
But I mean, there's with Piropita, there's stuff that what was it that somebody was saying that he hasn't figured out with an enchanting table that you can surround it with bookshelves to increase the enchanting levels.
Oh, interesting.
And there's others. I'm pretty sure he hasn't discovered the end and stuff like that. So stuff that would actually make a fairly major improvement to his game if he knew them. But I
Hmm.
mean, you've got to admire the purity of his experience
Yeah, exactly.
and
I feel like
combining
sometimes
them.
this game suffers from that. It's the very like we have to maximize, we have to automate, we have to build a farm and have it be the best farm, and it's got to have the most this and that, and we kind of like
Yeah,
forget to sort of stop and smell the Minecraft flowers.
yeah. I'm very happy with the way that Hermitcraft has gone this year with all the collaboration
Hmm.
because it really is very, very enjoyable seeing all the people work together and have fun together rather than being laser focused on building their mega bases.
Yeah, I would agree. I've really been enjoying this season. I'm not as caught up with many of the hermits as I'd like to be, but I've been following it at least like three or four of them, and it's really been
Hmm.
fun to see them kind of being more interaction focused.
Yes, and I think
Because that's
they're
why I think
enjoying
we
it.
all started watching Hermitcraft, right? Like
Yeah,
for the shenanigans.
yeah, yeah. And I mean, they're enjoying it more, and that's coming through.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just one of these. What's the opposite of a vicious circle?
A kind square.
Kind cube, maybe being Minecraft, but yeah, that.
A generous triangle. I don't know.
Well, if it's dock involved, it has to be an octagon in there somewhere.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Uh, I don't know what it would be the opposite of, but I do sort of see what you're saying because the vicious circle of being a big content creator, having to build bigger, better, more impressive, it just you burn out so fast.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not sustainable. So, Ginger, talking about content creation, you are a content creator. You stream here on Twitch.
Yeah.
How did you find Twitch, and when did you decide to start streaming?
Oh, well, I found Twitch 5.5 years ago. Um, who was it that I think I started watching Joe Hill's streams and Scar streams. And at first, I didn't create an account. I was just coming in and watching the streams. And then I realized that if I create an account, I can comment on the streams. So I did that, and then I suddenly realized, oh gosh, there's a whole load of familiar names on here. So I pretty much typed in every name I knew and followed them if they streamed on Twitch. So Pix was one of the very first, and yeah, I subscribed, I think, within about a couple of weeks. So I just hit 64 months subscribed to Pix.
Oh my goodness.
I'm about 2 weeks after that, I subscribed to Drath. And then I got sucked into the Drath community and joined a server, and well, that's always fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as far as streaming is concerned, I mean, I always had people say, "Are you going to stream?" And I'd say no. But I'd kind of have that thought in the back of my head. And so I'm just trying to remember the timeline. So a bit over 3 years ago, before Halcyon Heights started, a couple of months, maybe 3 months, Aldebar had asked me, said, I'm planning to start this content creator server. Would you be interested in joining and streaming from it?
Mm-hmm.
So I started seriously thinking about it, and I thought, this sounds good. I had been modding for Pix at that stage for about 18 months? Anyway, long enough to be able to feel that I'd kind of got the hang of it, and I was possibly looking for a new challenge. So I thought, okay. And eventually came back to Aldi and said, yes, okay, I'll do this. And the idea was that I would be up and running at about the same time as the server would, so I'd be able to stream the server launch. But then I had some technical problems and had to buy an entire new PC. And by the time I got that up and running, the server was up for a couple of weeks. And to be honest, Aldi had to talk me down from major panic attacks about that for a few times.
Oh no.
I really struggled with... I struggle with anxiety with new stuff like that. And I mean, I've kind of, in a way, got used to it. And know that just because I'm really panicking about something doesn't mean that I should stop doing it or that I should back out of it. So I kind of pushed myself to go ahead with it. And everybody was really helpful and encouraging, and like Draft sat with me and talked me through a website to build my own PC, which was really, really helpful, saying you need this components and that one is better for streaming, and really, really helpful stuff like that. And people helped me set up OBS and stream elements and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing I think that helped me most was by the time I started streaming, I had over 100 followers already. I was really well known in several communities, and I had a lot of people who were really, really happy about me saying that I was starting streaming. So I had such a massive advantage in starting compared to most people.
Mm-hmm.
And I made affiliate with pretty quickly. So I'd never really had to go through the stuff of sitting there trying to talk to two people at once and have nobody chatting and feeling totally alone. And but I've always had people come in and chat to me, and yeah. So it's interesting though. Over the 3 years that I've been streaming, my style has changed quite a lot. I've been kind of thinking about this, and it's taken me that long to find out what I really enjoy about streaming.
And what would that
Um,
be?
the interaction with the chat.
Mm-hmm.
That is 100% the thing I enjoy about it. Um, a lot of my streams, I don't actually get any building done or don't get any progress made because there's so much going on with the chat and so much chaos and shenanigans going on. Um, but that's what I want. That's what I enjoy, and that does seem to be what my community wants.
Mm-hmm.
So I found the people who want to listen to or take part in what I enjoy doing, which is a great place to be.
Yeah, I think that's one of the really special things about Twitch is that sense of community. And when
Yeah.
you take the time to really build and foster that, in your
Mm,
stream, you end up with something that's I think really special.
yeah. I learned a lot about community building from modding for Pix
Mm-hmm.
because he has a really strong community, and it's a lovely place to be. And I do my best to keep it like that
Mm-hmm.
by being a mod there and making sure that people feel welcomed and safe there.
How did you end up as one of Pix's moderators?
Pix had a very well known and very popular moderator called Paranor,
Mm-hmm.
and he was very much a part of Pix's channel. And I actually got good friends with him, and we had a lot of deep conversations, some about modding, some about all sorts of other stuff. But 4.5 years ago, he unexpectedly died, and the whole community was devastated. In
Mm-hmm.
fact, a very wide swathe of the Twitch community, Minecraft community, was devastated. He was very much well known and well loved,
Mm-hmm.
and so Pix had basically lost a good friend and his main moderator. So he, at very short notice, was looking for somebody to replace Paranor. Um, so I think it was Tuesday that I learned that Paranor had died from Pix's tweet. And then on the Friday, was it Friday? No, it must have been the Thursday because it would have been the Pix stream. I can't remember exactly. But I got a whisper from Pix asking me to be a moderator, which was quite a shock to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, people had asked me to moderate for them before, and I'd always refused. It's something I said, I don't want to be involved. I don't want to have authority over people.
Mm-hmm.
That's not me. That's not something that I'd be any good at. But for some reason, this kind of made me stop and think, I think I've got to do this. It's just something in me needed to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And part of it was kind of in honor of Paranor. After thinking about it, I came back to Pix and says, "Yeah, okay, I'll do this." Not. So he had said that he wanted to make it very clear that he didn't want me to replace Paranor, but that he needed a mod, and he thought that I would be good for it, or something like that. It's a while ago now. So I said I thought about it, and I was going to say yes, although I'd never done it before, and I needed some help with it. Feeling very panicky there, but that I wanted to do it as a tribute to Paranor, which
Mm-hmm.
is really how I felt. Um, so I was kind of thrown in the deep end there, and I think Boz had taken over for one stream when before I'd agreed to do it, but yeah, I started doing it and discovered almost immediately that I really had a knack for it.
Hmm.
that it just seemed 100% natural. I mean, it was a little hard at the beginning to the first time I banned somebody, I was kind of second guessing, third guessing, and fourth guessing myself.
Oh no.
But yeah, and I mean, for months, I would kind of think after every stream, I would think through every decision I'd made, everything I'd done, and think, was that the right one? Was I being too harsh? Was I being too easy and everything? But over the time that I've done it, I've got more and more confidence in my own decisions. And having been in some, let's say, stressful
Yeah.
and what was the word? Intense, yeah, intense. I think is the word. Situations and come through them pretty much fine. So it's given me a huge boost in my self confidence.
That's awesome to
Um,
hear.
yeah, so to be doing this, to be feeling I'm doing it well, and having other people saying it, and Pix has said on a few occasions that he's really happy with the way I moderate. Although he has kind of given me a little nudge once or twice to maybe go easy on something or. But yeah, I think at this stage I trust myself to be able to make pretty much the right decisions. And yeah,
Well, I think it's an
it took
awesome thing you're doing.
um yeah it's I really enjoyed it. It's like surfing on this adrenaline wave, especially when it's a busy chat and you get something like a Zuma raiding in
Yeah.
with 3,000 people. Or there was that epic day when Tubbo raided in with 15,000 people.
Oh my goodness.
That was insane.
I can only imagine the chaos.
Yeah, Liara was with me there, and all we could do was just kind of ride out the wave and let it scroll past.
Yeah.
But fortunately, Tubbo's chat were very, very nice and friendly and not obnoxious at all, so that made it a lot easier than it could have been.
Yeah, I just think it's wonderful that you're doing that, especially in making it a tribute to Paranor and that it's provided you kind of so much joy and like you said, it's given you so many positive feelings about your own self that
Hmm.
it's really nice to hear.
But although I must say that I'm on a modding holiday at the moment while Pix is in California, and I have enjoyed it. But
Everyone
that's
needs a little holiday. Every once in a while, Pix has to release you from the moderator basement.
yeah, yeah. Let me out to see fresh air for
Yes,
occasion.
exactly. You gotta get some vitamin D, walk
Yeah,
around, stretch your
yeah.
legs.
Yes, did you see his tweet a couple of days ago? And he said that
Was it on?
he
He officiated a wedding, I think. Yes,
yes,
yes, I
yes, with
did
a very
see.
snazzy stripy suit.
I think I saw that on Instagram.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm actually looking forward to him coming back and maybe hearing a little bit about it and going back to chopping Tuesdays and stuff
Yes.
like that.
Do you think that from working with Pix in this way and sort of how he models his community, that your community building stance and your own chat has been impacted?
Oh, I'm sure it has. I mean, not so much deliberately or consciously, but I have watched Pix very intently over the years, and I've absorbed a lot of what he does as far as streaming and managing his streams. I mean, my style is very different in a lot of things. I mean, my streaming style is very different. There's way more chaos than Pix would ever allow.
Yeah.
My my building style is extremely different. Um, I admire his style. He's a very good builder, and he does some gorgeous builds. It's just not the way I would build.
Not enough
Yeah.
glazed terracotta.
Oh, absolutely. But
For those that don't know, Ginger is well known for her use of glazed terracotta in many things.
Even notorious, maybe?
A little notorious, but not in a bad way. Notorious doesn't have to mean a negative, you know. You can be notoriously very good at using glazed terracotta.
Yeah, the funnest thing is that I'm a patron of the Spawn Chunks podcast, which is run by Pix and Joel, and every month we have a Spawn Chunks hangout where the patrons can come in and post builds of what they've been doing over the last month with a little bit of explanation, and Pix and Joel look at them and comment on them and generally give some feedback, which is very fun. There's always some fantastic builds there and real inspiration from what everybody else is doing. But yeah, that Pix and Joel know my build style very well at this stage. And they can always tell what is my post before they see my name on it.
Yeah. I feel like if you
Which is
put
great.
like 10 like pictures of different Minecraft builds out and like 3 of them are yours, I would know immediately which 3 were yours. Like
Yeah.
but like not in a
I
bad way. Again, in a very good way. I think you have a very unique style and you use color and texture in a really interesting way. You know, you don't
I
shy
have
away from busier blocks.
That's for sure. I have been known to build just in shades of grey, but it's not exactly frequent.
Hmm.
I mean, anyone coming onto my island on Halcyon Heights and stepping out of the portal and looking around, it's a riot of colours. And I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yes, I was gonna say, and that's how we like it.
Yeah,
GingerTheLily, a riot of colors. The
exactly. Yeah,
musical
remember
coming 2025.
with a sequel, A Pain in the Glass. That was 2 of my shops on last season of Halcyon Heights. A Riot of Colors was selling all the glazed terracotta and stuff, and then there was the glass shop called A Pain in the Glass.
Fantastic. That I'm not surprised at all that you would invent those names. It's very
Yeah.
Ginger.
Yes, I'm also very much known for puns. Bad
Yep.
puns.
I mean, are they bad or are they bad? Like, they're like bad in the sense that like, oh, puns, but they're very funny. You know what I mean? Because we all
Yeah.
kind of grown at a good pun, but like not in a bad way.
I like it when my chat is full of people who are laughing so hard that they can't type.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm laughing so much I can't talk. That's a good stream.
It's a good Ginger stream when no blocks get placed and everyone's just giggling the entire time.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Ginger, we are coming up on an hour, if you can believe.
Serious.
Yep.
Wow.
We're almost there, yeah. So I
Yeah.
have one silly question for you, because you know you can't escape a fish review without getting asked a silly question.
Okay.
Which cryptid do you think would be the funnest to play Minecraft with?
First of all, remind me what cryptid actually is.
Cryptids are like made up or like folklore monsters, like Bigfoot or
Oh, right,
Mothman
right.
or like the Jersey Devil. Those are all cryptids.
Okay. Yes. 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 I did know that, but I just my mind went blank there for a moment. To play Minecraft with, as in have them in the game.
Like, you know, they have a Minecraft account, you've got a Minecraft account, you're hanging out playing
Oh.
Minecraft together. Yeah, yeah. We're not adding Mothman to the game. Mothman is playing Minecraft, you know? And it doesn't have
Okay.
to be Mothman, but
Yeah, I mean, Tadpole has a monopoly on Mothman, doesn't he?
yes, he does, yeah, for sure.
Ooh, that's an interesting question. Hmm. Does a mermaid count?
I feel like they kind of count. People still think those are real.
Yeah, so I've heard. Yeah. Uh, can we have something like a combination of a mermaid and a seahorse?
A merhorse?
A merhorse. Possibly.
Half person, half horse, half fish?
or maybe have a unicorn, a unimercorn.
This is gonna turn into the Border World Centaur question all over again very fast. I'm just saying. We're
Oh
dangerously
dear.
close to that area.
Yeah. If we're talking about an existing one rather than making up a new one, I would really like a Pegasus if he would let me ride him.
That would be fun.
It would, wouldn't it? I
Also, they're
mean,
just cute.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, Elytra is fun, and I mean, I one of the greatest and most exciting moments in the Minecraft world is when you get your Elytra for the first time, can finally take to the skies and see everything from above. But a Pegasus would be just next level.
Mm-hmm.
And especially if it was another player, so you'd have to kind of persuade them to let you ride them.
It like
Or
it would
maybe
just be entertaining.
bribe them.
Bribe them, maybe. Yeah, you could bribe them with I don't like golden carrots. I don't know what Pegasuses eat, but Pegasi. I don't also know the plural of Pegasus, but hey, they sound like they'd be pretty cool to play Minecraft with.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Personally, I'm voting
Yeah.
Mothman. I'd make a little picnic area and I'd take Mothman on a date. I'd steal him from Tadpole, and there's nothing he could do to stop me.
Uh-oh. Just wait until Tadpole hears this.
Hear that, Tadpole? I'm coming for Mothman.
Uh-oh. You heard it here first, folks.
This joke is not going to make sense to anyone who doesn't know who Tadpole Milk is, but it makes sense to us,
Uh,
and that's what matters.
yeah. Yep, exactly. Exactly.
Well, Ginger.
Get.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, I was just saying, get a clue, people. And that's your
Look it up!
that's your podcast audience loss.
They're like, alright, this got scary and aggressive really fast. I don't know who Mothman is, I don't know who
Whoops.
Tadpole is, but I'm scared. Ginger, thank you so much for joining me today for this fish review. I hope you had a great time.
Oh, I did. Absolutely fabulous time. Thank you for inviting me. It's been
Absolutely.
awesome.
Anytime. Before we head out, where can people find you out on the internet?
Okay, I'm on Twitter as okay. GingerTheLily as my name, but my fancy name. Oh,
My
good grief.
fancy name.
Fancy name as in
Ginger
name that
underscore the underscore Lily.
that
There we go. I googled it.
yeah, but oh, good grief. What am I trying to say? Yeah, the Lady Ginger Lily.
There you go. The Lady Ginger
Also
Lily.
also at Ginger underscore the underscore Lily. Yes, and on Twitch I'm GingerTheLily.
Fantastic. Well, thank you again so much for joining me. It was so much fun. I hope you had a great time.
I did, absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.